The countdown is on. We're now less than 12 hours away from NASA's Artemis II mission around the moon, the first lunar mission since Apollo 17 more than 50 years ago. 4 astronauts are preparing to lift off from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida, for an epic 10-day journey that's going to take them around the moon after going around. Ready?
We are going to the moon for all humanity.
NASA astronauts Reid Wiseman, Christina Cook, also Victor Glover, and also Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen will be the leaders in establishing long-term presence on the moon, and the crew will be the first people on NASA's Orion capsule. They'll be carried off into space. You can see it standing right there strong on the launch pad just ahead of liftoff, like Chris said, about 12 hours away. Thanks for waking up with us, you guys, on this Wednesday morning. I'm Constance Jones.
And I'm Chris Anderson. This is the closest I could come to a space tie. I got the stars on it.
Yes.
In honor of this Artemis mission. We have this historic coverage for you on this special launch day. First Alert meteorologist Adam Berg is tracking the weather because weather conditions always critical whenever you have a liftoff.
Yeah, but we're going to start in Titusville this morning. We have a very special guest with us, Llarisa Abreu. She is live with details on today's launch.
And we are very excited. You could feel the excitement here at Spaceview Park. Now, we've been here since 1 o'clock in the morning, right? We've been here since very, very early in the morning, and we've seen families trickle in all morning long. Now, we are still hours away from launch time, but I tell you what, there's families from all walks of life here at Spaceview Park, and they are just ready to witness history.
The countdown is on at Kennedy Space Center as NASA prepares to launch Artemis II, its first crewed mission to the moon since the Apollo era.
We're ready. The rocket is ready. We are ready. NASA is ready.
On board, 4 astronauts. Commander Reid Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and astronaut Jeremy Hansen, each making history, including the first woman and the first black astronaut to travel to the moon.
I also hope we are pushing the other direction, that one day we don't have to talk about these first, that one day this is just, and I listen to this, that this is the human history. It's about human history. It's the story of humanity, not black history, not women's history, but that it becomes human history.
This mission won't land on the moon, but it is a critical test, sending humans farther into space than we've ever gotten in decades. Engineers will be watching everything from life support systems to how the spacecraft handles extreme speeds re-entering Earth's atmosphere. After liftoff, the crew will orbit Earth before slingshotting around the moon and heading back home in a 10-day mission through deep space.
It is our strong hope that this mission is the start of an era where every person on Earth can look at the moon and think of it as also a destination.
Back here on Earth, thousands are expected to line Florida's coast for a front row seat to witness history in what's shaping up to be one of the biggest launches in decades. If it all goes as planned, Artemis II won't just launch a rocket, it will launch the next era of human space exploration.
Failure is not an option, but I think it is often misunderstood. It's not that we never fail, it's that we don't quit.
And there's a couple fun facts that I wanted to share with you guys this morning. So the SLS is 322 feet tall, which puts it taller than the Statue of Liberty. There's 4 engines at its base, and it weighs roughly around 7 million pounds. So check this. That's the equivalent of around 700 elephants. A lot of fun facts for you this morning.
Llarisa, it's interesting. Chris talked about when he was a kiddo, he went and saw the launches. What's the long-term impact of this for families who are going out there? We see the families coming on in, already claiming their seats.
I think the long-term impact is going to be on the next generation of future astronauts. We have a lot of firsts that are happening here, which the first woman, we also have the first African-American astronauts, and I think that the young generation is going to see themselves with this crew. I'll send it back over to you, Adam.
All right, good deal. And the weather looking good so far. We need that weather to continue to cooperate all day long. So we've already talked about winds. Winds have to be under 33 miles per hour. We've talked about clouds. You don't want towering cumulus clouds here because that could mean thunderstorms. So you can't have that. You can't have lightning anywhere near within a few miles of the site. What about temperatures? Do temperatures matter? Yes. So you can't have a temperature over a 24-hour average of less than 41.4 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. It's pretty warm up there. However, there's a top end too. Temperature cannot be above 94.5 for a 24-hour average. I think we're good there as well. And the temperature can't drop below a defined value for 30 minutes. What's that defined value? It typically falls within 38 to 49 degrees, so it can't be below that for 30 minutes. Why is there a range on that? It's based on wind and relative humidity. I don't think we have to worry about those numbers either. Current temperature, 67 degrees around that area right now, 60s and 70s all across that region. So this is definitely great news. So one last thing we have to worry about here, winds are cooperating. We've got to watch the clouds, got to watch the rain. We see that there are some showers out there. There are some clouds out there, guys, and this is why we're not saying that it's a 100% chance for go. Okay, we're going to have to keep an eye on that stuff. I've got your 7-day forecast coming up next.
Adam, thank you so much. Stick with us here at NBC6 as we count down to the launch. Valerie Ryan will join Llarisa for continuing coverage throughout the day today. And of course, we will bring you the launch live this evening on air and across all of our digital platforms. So make sure you stay tuned for that.